Hello guys, today I want to present for you a video regarding Firaks opening in the Gaia Project game. I saw a lot of struggle on the board game arena players when they are playing Firaks, and for some reason it feels that Firaks is the most undervalued race. Most of the people thinking that it's really difficult to play them and you have not so many pluses comparing to some other strong races, which I don't think it's true. Obviously there are some cases when it's difficult to play Firaks and like other races are more suitable, but in general it is one of the most flexible races. We will be talking mostly about 3 players games, just because I don't have much experience in 2 players games and 4 players games. However, ideas and openings can be reused there as well. So who am I? My name is Nublo and I'm currently sitting in the top 20 of Gaia Project on Board Game Arena. However, when I was preparing this video, I had lots of discussions and I consulted a lot with the Negator, who has lots of experience and knowledge while playing Firaks and probably tried all of the possible openings which might be beneficial in the late of the game. During this video you will see the games which have been played on the Board Game Arena, so I will leave links in the description, you can check them later. Those games have been played either by me, either by Negator, or maybe somebody else. Saying that, I think we can jump to the first opening and start exploring how to master Firaks. So we are going to skip the setup, we just want to focus on the opening. That means that we will not talk about like how we placed our mines on the board, etc. So we will start with a strong opening, which gives you much flexibility in the middle and the late game, and lots of resources. So our goal is to have in round 2 economy 4, planetary institute, research laboratory, mine, and 2 income tax. To achieve that, we have a sub-goal. In round 1 we want to have economy 2, research lab, 2 mines, and 1 income tech. If we will count like how many resources do we need to spend to achieve that, let's see and do it. To build 1 mine we need 1 ore and 2 coins. To build trading station we need 2 ore and 3 coins. To build research lab is 3 ore, 5 coins. So in total it will be 6 ore, 1 plus 2 plus 3, and 10 coins. 6 ore, let's remove that. 6 ore plus 10 coins. Our starting resources are 15 coins and 6 ore, so effectively we don't even need to buy something from the board to achieve that. We also want to have 2 cheap upgrades. As you can see right now we have only 1 close to the Hashhala at the bottom, but we can take a booster tile to jump nav 3, and we can jump to the Terran to get cheap upgrades for trading station. So we took this booster tile and let's see how the game goes. We immediately jump to the Terran. We hope that this will lure Terran to start upgrades near us, because Terran and Hashhala have a connection at the top of the board and we definitely do want to have charges. That's not essential for that strategy. It's possible to play it without having those charges, but with charges it is much easier. So we started to upgrade at the bottom and we hope that Hashhala will follow us. It happened. Hashhala started to give us charges and we are definitely taking it. So we jumped, we built trading station, now we are building research lab. So as you can see, we have two income tax which are suitable to go up economy. Those are for coins and charge 4. In the next round, to build Planetary Institute, we need 9 coins. And we would need to have 5 more for research lab. Right now we have 7. When we will go up, it will be like 8, but still we are short on coins, and we can easily take 4 coins tile. I will not go in deep detail why didn't we pick charge 4, but in short, we can do it, but it won't be that effective. We will not be able to use our charges that effectively. Hashkala probably building, or Hashkala might be building an academy, so we will get more charges. And we might not be able to use it, because like if we will charge for now, then Hashkala will start upgrading, so we might end up in a situation when we will lose those charges. But instead we can just finish with that, and we will get if we will get charges, and we will get them from the red, because he has 6 ore at the moment, they will be not wasted. In the end, at the start of the next round, we will have exactly 6 in bowl 3. Also, to execute that strategy, we need to have 4 knowledge income. At the moment, we have 3. However, we are lucky and we have a booster tile which gives to us 1 more income and 1 more ore. We definitely need to pick it. We took it, as you can see. Now let's take those charges. Let's wait while other players will finish what they're going to do. We even got 1 additional charge which we won't be able to utilize, but that's not a big deal. So now let's count resources. We have let's count resources. We need to build trading station. This is 3 coin, PI 6, research lab 5, which is 14 coins. Regarding ore, 6 coin, 5 coin. This is 2 ore, this is 4 ore, and this is 3 ore. So we need 14 coins and 7 ore. Let's see what we have at the moment. We almost have 14 coins, but we definitely not have enough ore at the moment. Actually, how did I count? 2 plus 4 plus 3. No, I think it's not 7. Yeah, I think it's 9. So we need 9 ore. At the moment we have 5. We can take 2 more from terraforming, and we can take 2 more from the board. It will be exactly 9 coins, 9 ore. So we are taking ore. And even if we will not get charges, or somebody will buy 7 coins from the board, that's completely not a problem for us. We have 2 tokens in the bowl 3, so we can just convert them to coins and we will have enough coins. We will be lucky if the other players will allow to buy 7 coins from the board, but that's not essential. So we moved up on the economy, we built trading station. Now we need to build a PI. We are building it. After building PI, we need to take 2 ore from terraforming. but we got charges. We got charges from blue. Now we can buy 7 coins from the board, and we are doing that. Now we can downgrade our lab and take 2 ore from terraforming. And everything seems to be perfect. We are building our research laboratory, we are taking another income tech, and we are going up on the economy track. So let's see our income at the end of the round 2. We have charge 4, we have plus 8 coins, plus 4 ore, plus 3 knowledge. That's a great start, and you can go in different directions from that point of time in the late game. I think we can finish with that opening, and let's discuss other possibilities. Now let's talk about the other opening, which you can execute almost in any scenario, and you don't need to have 2 cheap upgrades for that. In that specific game we will have 2 cheap upgrades for building our trading stations, but that is not necessary. It might be useful when you have just a single cheap upgrade close to a tacklon at the start of the game, and you don't want to build a laboratory in the first round close to tacklon, because you will have to charge him until the end of the game, or at least until the mid of the game, to the point when you will rebuild your lab in some other place. So our goal in the round 2 to have almost the same what we had like in our first scenario. The only difference, we will not build our research lab one more time. So we will end up with just 1 trading station and 1 income tech. The rest is the same. Let's see how it's done here. We have 1 cheap upgrades. We can see that Ivits probably is going to take the green planet, and we have a navigation booster which we can take to take this black planet. We are taking this nav booster. Let's see what happens next. So Ivits is taking blue planet, orange is taking yellow planet. We are building trading station. We want to start getting charges from orange. Ivits is coming closer to the green planet. Orange is building some mines. We jump to the black planet, so we will get additional charge from Ivits. We are getting it in the bowl 3 as expected. Now we started to get charges from orange. We will probably get a few more charges, but we are not in a hurry. We are building lab. So for that scenario we still need to have 4 knowledge at the start of the next round. We can either take it from the booster tile, either we can take it from the tech. In that specific game we are taking it from attack. That's the simplest way to achieve it. Ivits is going up on science track. Orange is boosting Gaia track. We are going to economy 2. Now we are getting a bit more charges. Now we have 6 tokens in bowl 3, so we need to buy something from the board. To build a PI in the next round we need to have 6 ore and 9 coins, because we have cheap upgrades. We have 8 coins, so almost perfect fit, but we don't have enough ore, so we can buy 2 ore from the board. Bought it, and we will not lose any charges. Our tokens will be used effectively. So we did everything we wanted in the first round. Now we need to think like what booster tile we would take. In the other scenario, when we don't have enough coins and we started with expensive trading station, we would have just 2 coins. So at the start of the next round we would have just 5. That's not enough to build a PI, but you can take the remaining coins from the booster tile. That's one of the options. Another option, you could take it from the table. So because you will get like 2 charges at the start of the next round, and then you will get 3 more, so you will have 3 tokens in the third bowl. You can discard 1 and buy 7 coins. If somebody is buying coins, but not you, you still have enough coins just to convert like 1 token to 1 coin. That's a bit ineffective, but it still works. And you probably, depending on your setup on the board, you will probably get additional charges. So there is quite a high chance that if you are the first player who ends in that round, you will probably be able to buy something from the board at the first round. In that game, that wasn't happening because we took plus 2 additional tokens from the booster tile. We still hope that we will get some charges. So I would say that instead of going economy 2 as the first action, it was better to upgrade to a trading station. It seems that right now EVITs couldn't able to afford to build a academy, so it doesn't matter. But right now we see that EVITs can give to us 2 charges, so it is more important now. So we build a trading station. Now we are going to build a PI. And as you can see, we didn't get charges, but we can still take 1 token from bowl 3, convert it to coin, and build a PI. The only thing which is left for us, for our plan, is to downgrade our trading station, to downgrade our lab to a trading station, and go up on the economy track. So we did everything we wanted. The main benefit of that, this is not the ideal opening. There are some openings which are stronger, and the previous opening is usually a little bit better. But this is a decent opening, and you can execute it even without having 2 cheap upgrades. And sometimes, even if you might have 2 cheap upgrades, you still don't want to give free charges to Taklon or maybe Nevlas at the start of the game, because this is like really essential, and this will make your game harder to compete in the end. I think we finished with that, and let's see other openings and let's discuss them. So the final opening which we didn't discuss is to build a PI and research lab in the first round. That will allow us to downgrade a lab back to the trading station and to go up on the eco track till the second step. It's really important, like when you are opening with that strategy, it's crucial that you will go up on the eco track until step 2. Because in the end of the first round you have just a PI and trading station, and you don't have any income, any useful income apart from that. So economy track is essential here. But let's try to count how many resources do we need to execute this strategy. We would need to build trading station 2 times, one for PI, another for research lab. We would need to build a research lab and a PI. If you will sum up all the resources, you will end up with 11 ore and 17 coins. And it's also important that you don't have expensive upgrades. because if expensive trading station will add plus 3 more coins, which you can't afford. Like, we already starting with 15 coins, and we need to stretch ourselves a little bit. Like, we would need to find 2 additional coins in the first round for that to happen. Let's see what happens here. Firaks took a big building style. That definitely helps for that strategy, because you will probably be the first one who can buy ore from the table. Or coins from the table. I mean, doesn't really matter, but you still will be the first one. So we've built a trading station. Now we are fully charged. We have 6 tokens in the bowl 3. Time to buy something from the table. And we bought 2 ore. So now we still need to find 2 ore, 2 coins. We actually have 2 coins in the bowl 3, so we are more or less good on coins. We would need just to find 2 ore. Let's see how Firaks is doing that. We've built a laboratory, which is okay. And we moved up on the Terra track. Terra track gives to us exactly 2 ore, which we need to follow it. But let's see what tech did we pick. We picked 1 ore, 1 quick, so it is not an income tech. It is a one-time tech which doesn't give to us anything useful during the late game and during the next rounds. So now we have everything that we need. We went up on the eco track using our knowledge. We've built another PI. So everything is going according to the plan. We even got more charges. Now we can even afford to buy coins from the table, 7 coins, which is really good for us. We got charged even a little bit more. So now we can buy coins from the table. And we even got additional charges again, so we've got lots of charges in that round. We are building PI. Now we can downgrade our lab back to the trading station and go to the Eco 2. Yep, it's done. It's good. Now let's discuss that opening. I think as you can see, there are 2 quick tokens left, so effectively we don't really need, in that specific setup, we didn't really need to take this tech. Instead, it was possible to get an income tech. Yeah, I can see some benefits for that specific game, because in the next round we can jump to the black planet here, like, to get income. But I think that if it's possible to start with that opening and to take an income tech, it is, in most of the cases, it is usually better idea. It is usually better idea rather than taking a one-time tech. Now let's think when you can afford taking a one-time tech for that opening. I think if you have a good advanced tech at the top of the eco track and you can replace your tech with the advanced one, then it's probably okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Also, that opening gave to us 12 points in the first round, which is pretty cool, and I think it's a decent opening. And if in that specific scenario we would start with the income tech, I would be happy with that opening. But usually it's first of all, it's a risky opening. You need lots of... Okay, maybe not so risky. If you're taking that tag, then there is no risk. You are getting your 4 ore, and you just need to find two coins. But you still need to have 2 chip upgrades. And that might be a problem sometimes. But in general, that opening is usually riskier than opening that we discussed previously, when you're just building a lab and a mine in the first round. You also end up passing the last one, and that also might affect like some of the booster tiles that you are getting, so you need to take that into account. But yeah, I think it's a working one. If you are taking income tech, it's fine, and you definitely can try playing with it to see how it goes. Hey, congratulations! You reached the most interesting part of this video from my point of view. Previously we discussed the standard strategies, standard opening that you might follow and which are working good. But now you need to ask a question to yourself, like when not to follow those strategies and why. Like what can be the examples when following them will be a bad idea and will lead to a bad result. So is it possible to execute better than those? Let's take a look into some of the games. We're already at the end of the first round, and we are starting the second round. Firaks, I'm playing Firaks here. As you can see, we have 5 unstable planets close to Firaks. We have Hachhala and we have Ambas. Probably, like we are not sure, but probably they are not going to start Gaia in this game, because Ambas can get 1 Gaia former, like because Ambas has like 3 unstable planets. Red probably no, he has other options how to score points. But we as a Firaks, with the 5 unstable planets, we definitely want to go Gaia in this game. With the start of round 2, let's just see how the game goes, and I will describe you like what is happening. We have 6 tokens in bowl 3, and we can buy ore. So 14 coins and 7 ore is enough for us to rebuild our lab and just follow a standard strategy that has been discussed like in the first example. However, so we are going up on the economy. Everything is pretty usual, pretty standard right now. You will not see anything suspicious until probably the last turn. So we are building our PI to downgrade our lab later. Usual stuff, taking all the charges if we can. Other players are doing something, we're completely ignoring them, focusing only Firaks. We've built a PI. Now, after downgrading of the laboratory, we can move up on the terraforming track, and we will be able to pick another income tech and go up on economy track. But let's see what happens here. Downgrade happens, and instead of going terra track, we are going economy. Now is the question, why did we do that? And the answer is simple. Because we want to go Gaia, and we want to go Gaia hard, we definitely need this advanced tech, 3 victory points per Gaia planet. And if we will move up on the terra track, then we will have to go 1 step further, and like both of our tracks, like terra tracks and Gaia track, will be boosted a little bit. which we don't want. We don't need terraforming in this game. We just want to go Gaia navigation and later QIC track. So that's one example when we've left with the resources. Another option was to go Gaia instead of economy, buy buy 2 more tokens and place a Gaia former. Like both options are valid. So let's jump to the next example. In this game, we are playing Firaks. We are playing against Baltax and Xenos. We have just one tech which can advance us on the economy track, one income tech. We already took it. So start is pretty standard, yeah. Unfortunately, somebody bought coins. We definitely wanted to buy coins. We can't do that anymore, but probably not a big deal. So we are building API in a standard way. So the opening is roughly the same, like nothing big is happening. So we are building API, and as you can see, we almost have enough resources to rebuild our lab. We can convert our QIC to ore, and we have 5 coins if we will discard 1 from the bowl too. And the standard approach here would be just to rebuild our lab, advancing on the economy track. However, here we don't have an income tech. What we have instead in this particular situation, we have an advanced tech which helps us on the final scorings. So final scorings are structures and federations and satellites. So we can allow ourselves to use a standard approach, but instead of taking an income tech, we will take 1 or 1 quick tech, one QIC tech. We will advance on economy 4, and in the next round, after building a federation, we can take this advanced tech and be happy. It will give to us it will give to us 12 ore, which is a really good boost, like for at least for structures, but also for satellites, because we can convert those ore in satellites when needed. So in the end, we don't have 2 income techs, but this tech will be replaced with the advanced tech. And because Xenos is not going up, and for Xenos it's a little bit more difficult to build a federation, we are safe here. However, if in similar situation you will see, like while staying on economy 2, that some other faction might steal your advanced tech, it might be wise to reconsider your plans. Otherwise, taking one-time tech is a waste of resources. Let's see another example. In this game, we are playing Firaks, yeah, and what do we have? We have 2 advanced tech which can boost us on the economy. We already took 1, and just for information, it was a wrong pick. We should have chosen just 4 coins instead of charge 4. But it doesn't really matter for our example. Let's progress and see what happens here. So somebody bought ore, and now we don't have enough ore to rebuild our lab. We need to remember that. However, we can still follow the standard opening of just downgrading our laboratory to a trading station and moving up on the economy 4. Let's see what will happen here, and let's discuss why it happened. Everything is a standard, yeah, so we are moving up on the Eco 3, we will build our PI, we will downgrade our trading station, we will downgrade our lab to the trading station. This is happening, and let's see what we will move up. So white turn. We are downgrading our lab, and we go up. We are going up on the terraforming track, so we've decided to rebuild our laboratory as we have resources. However, as you can see, we bought tokens. So you might guess what will happen on the next turn. We are building lab, and we are going up on the Gaia track. What are the pluses of this decision? First of all, we took a tech which gives to us 4 knowledge income. That will allow us to get steps in the next rounds. This is one bonus. Second, we can place Gaia Former without any jumps, so we can use it like this turn without any problems. And the third thing, like why I actually didn't move up on the economy for this track, I just wanted to play safe. Because if I would take an income tag like 4 coins and move up, then I will be stuck with the 7 point stack. I might risk, and it might be like in the end of the game I might find myself in a situation when white takes this 7 point tag and advance on the economy track. Then I will have to take it, but I won't get 4 points for getting high on this track. So it was just playing a little bit safer. It was still possible to go Eco 4 here, but I just decided to play a little bit safer, sacrificing my income a little bit. Actually, not even much sacrificing, because we will place a Gaia Former, so we will have a place in the next round, like where to progress. Now let's take a look. And also we got knowledge, additional knowledge, which is important. Let's see another example. So here the start was a little bit different for Firaks from the standard one. So we've terraformed the white planet in the first round to get second cheap upgrades, but the rest is the same. We took an income tech, we took 1 knowledge to get 4 for the next round, so it's pretty standard. We are a little bit short on coins in this round, but you will see what happens next. If we want to rebuild our lab, then we're also short on ore. I think in that particular situation it was also okay-ish to buy coins or ore. I would say it doesn't really matter, but it's a bit easier to convert coins, your tokens into coins rather than into ore. So probably that was the reason why Negator took here ore from the board. And because he had 7 coins, even without charges, like 9 coins is enough for us to build the PI and use the standard strategy approach. We also get some charges from going Eco 3. Now we have 7 coins in the bowl, which is enough for us to rebuild the lab, just in case. To use standard approach. So we are building our PI. So now is the interesting part. One option, we can go up on the tarot track and we are rebuilding our lab, taking another income tech. But there is one more possibility which we didn't talk about, and you will see like what happens right now. We just go one step on the eco track, which is a standard one. However, we have some leftovers. We have 5 tokens in the bowl 3. So, and also we have QIC, 1 QIC, so we can convert it to coins and we can terraform. So in the end, instead of building lab and having just 1 mine, we have PI, trading station and 2 mines. And we have ICA 4. So according to the income, it's roughly the same. So this is another possibility how you can open here. Now let's talk about the key points when playing Firaks and just final closing notes. First of all, in the second round you need to have a PI. You can afford not to, you usually are not building it in the first round, but in the second round you should have a PI, and of course you should have used its ability. If you are building PI but you cannot downgrade your lab back to the trading station just because you don't have a lab, it doesn't make sense to build the API, and like it's a bad start. Also, it's crucial to have economy at the step 2 in the round 2. You might have it at the step 3 or at the step 4. It depends on the situation. But if you don't have in the end of round 2, you don't have economy 2, it's a problem. And usually it leads to bad results. Also, few things to note about. When you have charges, when you are playing Firaks and you have enough charges at the start or like in the first round, then you don't really need to take charge for tech as the first tech. It's better to take either 1 or 1 charge, either for coins, of course if you can use them to advance on the economy track. That will allow you to pass first and to buy something from the table, something from the board, like at the start of the next round, the round 2. And you can take it the second tech, it's totally okay. Also, depending like either you're planning to go Gaia or not in that game, charge 4 might not be the best tech to take, but it depends on the situation. We cannot dive here deeply. What else we need to know? As a Firaks, you really like those tags, those 2 tags, which gives to you knowledge. After building lab, let's advance a little bit in this game so it will be more visible. You have 2 knowledge after building lab, and with the lab you have now 3 knowledge income. So to get the 4th one, you usually like to take it from the booster tile. It's one option. Another option is to take it from the advanced tech, which we already like saw multiple times in the previous examples. One point to think about: when you are not rebuilding your lab in the round 2, but you are advancing to the ICA 4, and let's imagine that here in the economy we have this knowledge coin tile and you didn't take it for some reason in the first round, which might be a valid reason. If you will build a PI, yeah, and then you use your knowledge to go on the ECA 3 and then you downgrade your PI to the trading station to the ECA 4, then you cannot take this tag anymore. And if this tag is one knowledge, one coin, it might be problematic later. So you need to think about that in the round 1. Firaks is a really flexible race, and later in the game, if you didn't mess up your start and your first 2 rounds and you understand what you are doing and what is your game plan for the mid and late game, you will score lots of points. Of course, it is also really easy to mess up. For example, I had a Firaks game where I forgot that I can't take, so I advanced to the economy 4 as I described to you, and here there was a tag for 3 victory points per Gaia. I had lots of Gaia around me, but I wasn't able to get that tag anymore, so I had to switch my game plan and the game was like completely messed up and difficult. But if you practice with the openings, you will understand why you're picking those booster tiles, like what you're going to do, why you're doing what you're doing, and just practice, you will master them. And your games will be really interesting and you will be able to diverge from your original plans. Firaks is really flexible. There are pretty low amount of races which allows you to have such flexibility. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, tell me. I might think to build a next video regarding playing in the middle and late game, or just a video regarding late game strategy, late game plan, like what you need to think about. But yeah, I need to know how did you find it, and I hope to see you on the board game arena and to play with you some games. So happy playing. See you later.